Hey, 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 I don't know if you can hear me right now. Just checking in live. As I didn't check this system out first. Let me see here. Make sure in the comments if you guys can hear me, let me know. Cause okay, so we're good. You guys can hear me. I don't know why I didn't see what was going on. But basically we're gonna get into a little bit of what's going on tonight. And what's going on tonight is nothing bueno at all. Unbelievably, on a night where the Dodgers make their move and they get a player that they let's be honest with you, uh, they don't need Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker goes to the Dodgers, and the rich get richer, while the Angels are just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. It's sickening. It's just I don't know what else to say, but like as far as whoops, there I go. It's sickening as far as what they're doing right now as a team, and how like the Dodgers are just eating up everybody. Everybody. I mean, it's not even um BGRD says Kyle Tucker, or Dodgers are the '90s Yankees. I don't even think it's that. I really don't even think it's that, because even back in the day that I can remember, they were not completely, utterly non-beatable. You know, you had a chance to beat them at times. They weren't like the how can I say, they just weren't they were a team that you can actually have a chance against. I mean, you saw some teams go up against them. The Braves gave them an opportunity back in the day, but the way the Dodgers are doing it, it's crazy. Again, did they need Kyle Tucker? No. Did they get Kyle Tucker? Yeah. And it's just embarrassing to see where they're at right now and where the Angels are at, because again, the Angels are nowhere close, in my opinion, to be competing right now. Um, I don't understand, man. I really don't understand how this team will continue to go. And as far as the Angels are concerned, you just traded Brock Burke. Okay. Now we're not the Dodgers. Obviously, we don't have a Dodgers roster. We don't have the wealth and and basically the endless funds, because we don't have owners. We don't have a group together that is going to make all this happen, right? What we have is one stingy ass, dumbass owner, which again, folks, I said it at a couple weeks ago. The group talked about what we were going to do as a podcast, real quick, is be more positive this year. How can you be positive? How can you be literally positive when the Dodgers are just like, a guy who just has too much money, no real, woman, he can't talk to a girl, can't do nothing. So he goes to a strip bar and just has a load of money that he got from a trust fund. And it's just like at just random hookers or random strippers, I should say, right? That's what the Dodgers, it feels like they're doing. Like all the high priced chicks on the market, the Dodgers are just flinging that dough at them, dude, like nothing. And while the Angels are just sitting there pretending to be poor, and you don't have to be poor. You literally don't have to be poor. Like, you could have sold the team 3 years ago. You could have sold it while they still had Ohtani on the payroll. And even if you sell him last year, I mean, the guy literally, you can tell he's hurting for money. The dude had over 1,000 trailers from Long Beach and Los Angeles, taking up most of the parking lot until they had to clear them out for the monster trucks and motocross. He had to rent out the parking lot. They had spiritual conventions there, which I haven't seen in a while. Right? He has no money. And every time on the national freaking media always say, well, poor Artie Moreno. Poor Artie Moreno. He put so much money into this. I don't know why that is the narrative. This guy's a cheapskate because he's not worth what, I mean, again, you could Google certain superstars, movie stars, and they'll say that their wealth is far more than what they own. He's only worth over $1 billion and so on because of the state of the team, but the team is in influx. It's losing money year after year, because of his cheap ass. He doesn't understand. We don't want to come for all the stupid giveaways. We care what's inside that diamond. You build it, they will come. Field of Dreams. It's just that true. If you field a winning team, everybody will be like that guy in the strip club. But as a fan, not as an owner. The Dodgers can spend stupid. They're going to have that freaking people mover thing at some point. They're freaking tall cans, which in the stores, $3.99, $4, sometimes 2 for $6. At Angel Stadium, they're $18. At Dodger Stadium, they're nearly $40. You're spending so much money at a place that sells out 58,000 81 times a year during the regular season, and then double everything once it gets to the postseason. So of course they're making money. They got the TV deals, they got the international deal, they got it all. But that's where baseball needs to step in and say enough is enough. You're pricing out not only the fans, but you're making it like it's not even worth watching. And I'd be saying this if it was the Toronto Blue Jays winning 3 in a row, deferring money, crapping on the fans, crapping on the game of baseball. Yes. If it was the Oakland A's, put the team, but the fact that it's the Dodgers, it's even worse. It's even worse. And we are pushing for a goddamn lockout that nobody wants. When you've got all the goodness that's going to be coming from the baseball classic coming up here soon. Because everybody, I don't care what you say, there's a lot of fans that, I don't like it. There's a risk of injury. Say what you want to say, but the game in hockey changed. They got tired of and they did the Four Nations. Those guys played hurt because they had national pride. They want to win. And so the same thing goes for these countries. Like Venezuela wants to ball out. Cuba wants to ball out. All these teams want to ball out and do their thing and represent their country. There's a reason why Japan and America came down that last strike. It was epic. Ohtani, Trout. You got to see the two best and supposedly in baseball go at it, right? It was great. Good theater. But when the regular season starts and you're the Tampa Bay Rays, what chance do you have of winning a World Series? If you're the Miami Marlins, what chance do you have? Colorado Rockies, what chance? Pittsburgh, what chance? And now throw the Angels in there every year. And look what they've done. They've gutted a basic roster. And listen, another podcast I heard said, hey, check this out. The Angels, let's spin it. The Angels were striking out like crazy. The fans complained about all the home runs, right? They get rid of a couple players that can hit the ball deep, and we're getting all these contact guys. Really? So he's like, oh, it's gonna be contact, it's gonna be small ball. What contact guys are we getting? Every batter that I've seen the Angels pick up in the last couple weeks, they're all batting 220 or less. That's not contact. You're not even grabbing from the Walmart bargain bin anymore. It's like the Kmart blue light special. And that's with the company underground. They're still, the dumpster diving. We're dumpster diving for players. Like, are you breathing? Do you have all your limbs? Do you have red blood? You're on the team. This is like Cleveland Indians when they were the Indians and a cool team, not the Ohio shitfucks, but back when they were the Indians and they made the movie Major League. This is Major League, except Artie is not a somewhat hot-looking white woman. He's a shriveled up prune right now. He has no fucking clue how to run an organization. Yet everything that's wrong with baseball, look at his ass. And look at the Pittsburgh Pirates owner. They're in it for money. And then the fact that he's not making money, he's taking it out on us, the fans. And you wonder why a lot of us are fed up. You wonder why a lot of us want to picket and start some sort of rally. Since protesting so popular around the world, why can't we protest the Angels? We protest every other goddamn thing. Why can't we protest the Angels? Nobody wants to do it. Soft-ass organization, soft-ass fans. And that's not you watching right now because you give a damn. I'm talking about the ones that listen to AM 830. Yes, I'm going to be negative. I want to be positive, but you can't be positive when on the same day you make a trade, get rid of one of your best relievers last year in Brock Burke for a nobody It's not even to save money. That guy just sucks. Oh, we get a 220 hitter. Oh, Todd, he batted 292 3 years ago. Oh, that makes it so much better. I feel, that Kyle Tucker thing, who cares? The Angel Killer goes to the Dodgers. When are we going to say or do anything except go walk into the Angel Stadium, give Artie money, and watch a pathetic team on the field? And it's not even these players' faults, because I go to games and I root for the front. I don't care what you look like. I don't care where you're from, but you're my guy because you're wearing the Angels on the front, and I'll rep you. And I'll do it again. But my point being is, this organization was a top-tier organization not even 10 years ago. So it's not like we got to go in the way back machine and to realize we had greatness at one time. We don't have anything here, not even on the field, but in the organization, in the clubhouse. It is really, really testing a lot of us Angels fans as our fandom, because where do you see this team going? Nowhere. And then right when you think, yeah, you know what, it can't get any worse, we're like, oh, we can still keep digging. Like, we're like an oil well that doesn't want to give up on the fact that there's no oil in the bottom of the ground, and just keeps going down, just keeps digging. And for what? And it goes back to my point with this league being such a fucking joke. Because last year pissed me off when the stupid Rob Manfred decided to be like, you know what, the Brewers, you're not building better freaking luxury boxes. We want you to move it. You know, Milwaukee's got to pay for it. The owner can't afford it. If the owner wants more luxury boxes, his ass should pay for it. So he went hardcore on the Brewers ownership. Yet you don't do nothing to this man in Anaheim. Oh, excuse me, Los Angeles. You just let him run roughshod, not picking up a TV deal like Samuelis are like, hey man, we got the money. We'll pay for the Ducks to be free. We won't put that on the fans. Oh, but you can't do that with Artie. Artie's losing money. And we're supposed to feel bad for a douche that's like, oh, he lost $50 million. And he's trying to say he puts money into that stadium. Are you kidding me? What money? What has he done to make that stadium safer, better? There's still tripping hazards everywhere. Concrete broken. I've seen, dude, a friend of mine, a coworker, brought his mom. His mom tripped and fell. So, I mean, there's all kinds of shit going on, dude. And yet we're the laughing stock. And then you look at the Dodgers, and that's what's wrong with baseball. Manfred picks and chooses his fights because why? He's got his buddies. He's, Artie, say what you want him to say about him as far as respecting the fans, as far as respecting the city of Anaheim and all the surrounding communities that love the Angels. He doesn't give two shits about any of us. And don't tell me for a second he's not doing this on purpose. He is doing this on fucking purpose, and he will hold on to this team as long as he possibly can. Dude's pushing 80, man. His kids don't want it. His wife doesn't want it. The only rumors I've heard is Carpino maybe taking over, and you want that asshole to take over? I don't think so. Nothing that he has planned or done is going to work. And then you got people who, Rob is on our crew, and he says, you know what, man, maybe he is pulling a Cleveland Indians, a major league, and he's going to try to get rid of this team and try to sell them, right? Try to move them on at some point. And move them. I mean, you got to have money to move a team. You got to have partners. And Artie right now is a solo. He's not a Dodgers conglomerate of billionaires. He's his own guy. He's not worth $4 billion. He could have gotten 3.5 for this freaking team 3 years ago and just rode off into the sunset in Arizona. Goodbye forever. Right? But no, he chose to stay. Unfinished business. Because that's how he sounds, that stupid lisp. And for the love of God, you have not heard this guy be accountable at all. Our soft-ass media outside of Sam Blum has not requested any kind of interview with this idiot. He only comes on his propaganda radio with Roger Lodge, and he said, well, try and put together the best team this year, and we're going to have a good team. No, you're not. You're going to have Star Wars weekend, Christmas in June or July, whatever the fuck it is, Indiana Jones weekend. Who knows? But we're going to do a whole bunch of nothing. So you're going to come and you're going to get your I guess, what is it? The bobblehead with Star Wars. You're like, yes, I got my Star Wars. This is going on eBay for $300. Yeah. And then you sit down, you're like, oh, I'll catch a couple innings of baseball before I get out of this stadium that's falling apart. Let me sit down and watch a couple. Oh, there's a home run for the opponent. Okay, it's okay. It's only the first inning. Walk, single, base hit, air, home run. God damn it, 6-0 already. And then like 2 innings later, we got a position player pitching. I mean, that's what it looks like. Again, we've got a bunch of 220 hitters, and we're supposed to be like, fuck yeah, let's go, let's do it, woo! And any kind of pitcher that we get competent, we're like, get rid of them. Jansen's actually teaching the young guys, get rid of them, let them walk. Don't trade them. Don't try to get no pieces. Let him walk. And he signs for a less in another city and gets a second player option. Literally, when the strike comes, because you know it's coming, because Manfred he'll bend over for the owners, and then he'll bend over again and take it even harder by the Players Association and Tony Clark. He will. And you'll watch. The MLB will get whatever it wants. The players will get even stupider contracts because they don't know how to put their fucking foot down. You need a salary floor and you need a salary cap. And the only way it's going to work is if you enforce the rules for penalties on both. Because if you don't spend the floor, you're spending like 10 to 15 million more next year. Or we're taking draft picks away from you. Or if you go over, we're taking draft picks from you, and your cap for next year shrinks. So if you thought spending 200 million, which is the cap, which I would put it at, 200 million is not enough for you, and you have to go 230, well, guess what? Next year, your cap is 170, and we take a draft pick or two from you, and we give it to the cheapest team in the league. You need something like that because, again, I love baseball. I love the art of it. I love the chess play. I love it all. But when you push all your chips into one team, what does that do for the rest of the league? You need competitive balance. And listen, a lot of people don't know, but hockey has a really good system to where if you look at most of the teams in hockey right now, as of right now, 90% to 92% of them are still in the hunt for a playoff spot halfway through the season, which is good. The NFL, unless you're the Raiders or the Jets, you have a chance almost every year to recoup and get better and to be in the hunt. But you can't do that in baseball. In baseball, it just seems like, oh, we're coming to Cincinnati. It's opening day. It's the first game of the season. It's historic. This is one of the oldest teams in the league. Blah, 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 blah. Sell out the stadium. Great. But once that opening day is gone, look at the attendance for game 2. You'll see about 40,000 because that's what that stadium holds. Great American Ballpark. Watch game 2 have 18 to 19,000 at best. Because what you get is you get the nostalgia fever in that opening day weekend. You get the, oh my God, I can't wait, baseball's back feel. But once you get in the stands and you look at your roster like we're going to do at Angel Stadium, and we're going to be like, wow, there's Mike Trout, there's Zach Neto. Well, I don't even, no, I'm changing that. There's Zach Neto. He is the man to the team. He is the gamer. This is his team. Mike Trout is a hang-on. He's a hang-around. If this were a biker club, he wouldn't even have a patch. And it's sacrilegious, Todd. Look at his resume the last 5 to 10 years. 5 to 7 years. Dude has lost a step, refuses to change. If he stops with that whole leg kick and does a toe tap, he'd be a hell of a better player to catch up to a fastball. But I digress. This is Zach Neto's team. This is Shonawell's team. This is Ohapi's team. Those young guys are fun to root for. Adele, another good hitter, right? Outside of that, what do we got? Outside of that, those guys might be gone. Those guys might be gone. That was supposed to be our next group to get us to the postseason. But if they don't have the help, the money to solidify a rotation, to fix a bullpen, to do the stuff small ball wise, the complementary players, the depth. If you don't have any of that, I don't care if you have a Kobe and like again, you could have Ohtani at his greatest, Trout at his greatest. We had that for a little bit, but it doesn't matter. What can they pitch? Ohtani sure as hell couldn't when he was with us. But think about it. You need a collective team. I don't want to spend all the time $40 million on one player. You could easily take $200 million, which is supposedly close to whatever the payroll is now. It's been slashed a shit ton. But maybe 168, 170, you could take that and invest that into some good-ass players. Instead, what's going to happen is if there is a strike in 2027, straight up, if there is a strike in 2027, here's what you're going to see. Mike Trout, I think Joe Adele will be technically a free agent if they strike out the entire season because I think that's his last year. Correct me if I'm wrong. You'll definitely have Neto still on the payroll, Shonawell on the payroll, and not too many other guys. I mean, literally everybody and their mama right now is on a one-year deal, including the coach. I mean, Angels Fight On says, well, yeah, we got low. That dude batted .292 3 years ago. And I'm supposed to be wetting myself over that. I mean, at this point, who the hell are you going to put on the banners, bro? Who are you going to put on there? I swear to God, dude, this is a joke of a franchise. I have never listen. I'm gonna date myself to you guys that aren't familiar with me too much, and I'll just put it to you this way: out of high school and stuff, I watched a lot of bad baseball, junior high and stuff like that. We're talking about the early '90s. Basically the entire '90s was a wash except '95. I watched a lot of bad baseball through freaking the end of elementary, through junior high, through high school. A lot of bad baseball. But I was never black or white TV. Yeah, we had color. I was never this discouraged. Never this discouraged. While back in the 90s when the Dodgers were ripping off Rookie of the Year, Hollinsworth, Zeal, pitcher after pitcher, whatever, hitter after. Didn't matter. But I felt Sean says the banners will be Carpino, Moreno, Lodge, Trent Rush, and Lowe. The greatest thing they always say real quick about Artie. Well, they say about people in general. You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have the love and admiration, what's it really worth, right? And I believe when it comes to Artie Moreno, I think that's what it is. He has a shit ton of money as far as he's concerned, but he's not like the rest of the owners in the league. He doesn't have FU money, but he has a shit ton of money. He has nice things, nice toys, but he doesn't have the admiration. It stung 2 years ago on opening day when they had him on the scoreboard and everyone was booing the hell out of him. It stung, and I'm happy it did, and I hope it continues to. But if for a second any of us thought that this was going to be better on a night again where Kyle Tucker goes to the Dodgers, it's the rich get richer. I don't even think that pertains to them. I mean, the overly rich, I mean, the stupid rich get even stupider rich. And that's not even a word. I mean, again, Toronto came this close if the dumbass Falefa would have just let off a little bit more on third. I don't care what their stupid ass excuses were. No one was checking him at third. If he's just this further off of the base, we're talking the Blue Jays upsetting the Dodgers but no, we're talking now 2-time champs, likely to be 3-time champs. And it makes me want to vomit right now. I hate the Dodgers with an extreme passion. And a lot of Angel fans be like, "Hey, don't be like that. You know, you can't hate him. You got to respect." I respect them. I respect them for look. I look at it this way. I hate what they're doing in baseball. It's completely wrong, but it's right for MLB. It's within the rules. Like some of you will say, "Well, I hate the way that Roger Clemens cheated, Jose Canseco cheated, and Rafael Palmeiro cheated, and none of those guys deserve to be in the Hall of Fame." Didn't they do all that shit when it was legal? Barry Bonds did all those home runs and all those steroids, allegedly, when it was legal. When they started actually testing, it was when all those guys were retired. So I don't want to hear it. They should be in the Hall of Fame. Do you put an asterisk on the Dodgers for deferring money up the ass? No. You hate them for it. You hate the fact that they got the means to do it. But they're within the rules. It's like that whole saying about don't hate the player, hate the game. I mean, dude, don't hate. Well, hate the Dodgers. Yes, I say it works both. Hate the Dodgers, but you can't hate them for what they're doing. You got to hate the game for allowing it. Because on two ends, on you have, I mean, listen, we're separated by a freeway, the 5 freeway, correct? You have the haves and the have-nots. The Dodgers have it all. They're doing whatever the hell they want to do. They're basically discouraging baseball fans, not just here in Southern California. I'm sick of seeing the blue in the OC, by the way. I would go to Disneyland and see just maybe a Dodger fan here and there. It's overwhelmingly, we have the stupid Disney pass. So when we go, I'm seeing majority Dodger fans. It's like people don't even want to rep the shit anymore. They don't want to rep the red. It's embarrassing. So again, you have the Dodgers as the haves and the Angels as the have-nots. And literally you can make a tremendous argument for Rob Manfred to stop letting the kids argue in the room. Go in there and do something about it. He's got to correct the Dodgers for the bullshit that they're doing, change the rules. And he's got to correct the Angels for not trying, for being run by a cheap-ass bastard. Get him out of there. We forget that that this league is not mandated or governed by with the exception of the players having a union. The owners aren't. The league is basically run by the owners, but the league also can vote against. The league can get together and say, you know what, I don't like that particular that owner. We need to get him out. He's bad for baseball. He's done nothing. I mean, all you have to do is look at or read the transcripts of what happened in the Tyler Skaggs case. He's incompetent. Under his rulership, all of that nasty shit went down. And again, Manfred doesn't bat an eye, but if you don't build any kind of freaking luxury boxes like Milwaukee, your ass gets, you could lose your franchise. Yet the Angels Stadium hasn't been, listen, you're going to a stadium that hasn't been retrofitted for an earthquake since 1998. That's 27 years ago. And we haven't had a big one since. They've gotten extremely lucky. So there's been no earthquakes, no big, gigantic problems outside of plumbing at that stadium. But that stadium is falling apart and needs a huge renovation. They've backed it up once again. We're talking months now, instead of being assessed, which it should have been in December or January. I don't know how he did it, but he got it. He got it pushed back again. So you have no audit, no assessment yet. It's supposedly coming in the next couple months. But if they were able to put the price tag of retrofitting Anaheim Stadium into it, that is the only way Arturo loses the team. Because right there, you're talking about No, you're talking about 800 million to 1.5 billion dollars of repair. And there's no way, if Artie was bitching, moaning, and crying about $100 million, you really think he could pony that up? He's not worth it. He doesn't have the capital for it. That's why we're seeing the nickel and dime players. I don't even think they're nickel and dime players that we're getting. We're getting pesos. And that is no slight on the Mexican government. But we all know the peso is very devalued to the American dollar. So yes, we're getting peso players. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, this is so frustrating. I mean, what good is this trade? What good was this trade getting rid of Brock Burke for a guy who hit 220? And you have other podcasts and the propaganda prime minister, PP, aka Roger Lodge, saying, this is a good trade right here. You get another contact hitter. For a franchise who abandoned small ball since Mike Scioscia, all of a sudden we're going to go 100% into freaking contact hitters. But wait, you need to make contact to be a contact hitter. So batting 220 or less does not exactly register to me as a contact hitter. But I digress. You go from 63 wins, I think, to I want to say 73 or 74 last year, something like that. I can't remember the actual number. But Perry Manassian was quoted the other day of saying, I think we're going to improve some more this year. Based on what, bro? Based on what? I mean, the only thing that's going to expand more is your waistline. There's nobody, nobody. Come on. When we do our preseason picks, I'm going to try to be as positive as possible. I was trying to turn a new leaf this year. I was like, man, maybe we could do a little bit better here, man. But we're bro, how can we improve, man? How in the hell can we improve? I mean, we might digress back to 62. We might actually have 100 losses for once. There's no way I'm going to pick this team to go in anywhere higher than 5 next year. And that's 5 out of 5. I might even say 6. Sean says, did you see the story of the Halo minor leaguer whose health insurance? Yes, I got that sent to me in a message, right? They're talking about the insurance. A baseball player had a car accident, right? That was in the Angels system. And he has a brain injury, and he's going to need some assistance. He's running out of money, right? And his insurance. And basically, the Dodgers took care of a player. I forgot his name, and they're still taking care of him. And they don't have to, but they've got fuck you money, and they've also got compassion, and that's what they do. And again, I hate the Dodgers. I hate everything about them, but I respect the organization. They treat their international players in Cuba, in Dominican, in Puerto Rican with respect. They house them in nice places. They don't let them all bunk in one fucking room. They take care of their players. They pay them good. They take care of their families. I mean, I've seen a lot of good stories about what the Dodgers do. And I hate saying this. I hate admitting it. But it's the truth. They do a lot for everybody. Why do you think people and players are salivating to go to fucking Dodgers organization? They got everything. They got it all. But what do the Angels got? A Planet Fitness new gym over there in Arizona. Ooh, they got a treadmill. Man, this team, I swear to God. Yeah, there it is. Angels 909 says Tolles. I think it was Andrew Tolles or something like that. Thank you, bro. That guy literally had a what's the basketball player who supposedly screwed LeBron's mom, and he's on the street. He's having he's bipolar. He's got unfortunately all this head issues. Anyway, he's out there. A lot of players have tried to help him. The Dodgers actually took Tolles under their wing and forced him into a facility and taking care of him, flip the bill for him, and make sure that he doesn't hurt. Delonte West. There you go. Thank you, guys. Delonte West is not, people have tried to help. Players have tried to help. Podcasts have tried to help. But he keeps finding himself back on the street, making videos, dancing around, just totally out of his head. Tolles, for the Dodgers was a up and coming prospect, right? Never really made it in the majors, started having the same kind of issues as Delonte West. Yet, what did they do? The Dodgers said, no, you were one of us. We're going to take care of you, your family. And that dude is being taken care of. And it's a good story. It's a nice story. And it was brought, and, Sean brought it up. And there, I don't see the Angels flipping the bill for that young man that got into a car accident at all. There's no way. This guy, if he could, would get around paying any of the freaking vendors. I mean, again, wherever he can cheat, skim off the top, put money in his pocket. I mean, most of that Anthony Rendon money went back into his pocket to pay off bills. We still don't have a TV deal. The FanDuel things, I mean, they are, listen, it's so bad. There's no way that corporation, or they're going to, most of these teams that are owed money from 2 to 3 years ago when FanDuel started to go up, Bally started to go ass up and all that, they're not going to recoup any of that money, dude. So that's why they just up and bailed. Because why still get the service? Why pay for it? Yeah, we're gonna. I mean, maybe they put it on AM 830, but there's no way. I mean, again, the Ducks owners, if the Samuelis are listening, please, for the love of God, buy us. Do you realize, real quick, the Samuelis said we want our Ducks to be seen on not only local TV, which a lot of people don't have much local TV anymore, but it's basic cable. If anything, you can watch on local TV. You can watch on your phone for free. You don't have to pay a monthly thing. Why? Because the Samuelis want to build a rapport with their fans. They want the OC to watch the OC. And I respect that. Artie Moreno's like, well, if I'm not making money on it, I'm not going to do it. So he's not going to spend the money. He's not going to help me or you. He's just gonna be like, well, you can listen to Terry Smith. I mean, listen how cheap this bastard is. If you don't know, Terry Smith on the radio and Mark Langston do not travel. Now, you remember when COVID hit, they were like, hey, all these announcers are going to be doing the games from remote, right? So you don't have to travel. We don't want to spread COVID because we all know how that time was in our lives. But the fact of the matter is, none of those guys were able to travel with a ball club. However, when COVID was lifting and everyone went back to normal, and the radio guys went on tour, the TV guys, everything went back to normal. Guess who stayed in the van? Guess who's still acting like COVID? Like I'm surprised that Gubazon gets to travel and the rest of them get to travel, because poor Terry Smith and Mark Langston are like, hey, it's a beautiful day here in Chicago. By the way, we're letting you know that we're broadcasting remotely from Anaheim Stadium studios. It does look beautiful in Chicago. Wish I was there. I'm calling the game. We might as well call the game because he has the same perspective as me and you. It's pathetic. He's so cheap. He's like, I don't want to get the radio guys out there. That's too much money. So it's unbelievable. If the Samuelis would buy this team, their net worth right now, and this is before everything else, it's like $41 billion. The whole OC Vibe thing came out of their dime. They spent $4 billion on the 3 phases of the soon-to-be OC Vibe. The first phase is being completed right now. So $4 billion out of their pocket, don't even have to shake a leg, not even worry about it. I mean, obviously they know the money left their account, unlike the gambler Ohtani. I don't know, $20 left my, you know it's gone. Anyway, all I'm saying, they spent $4 billion on the OC Vibe. That's why the city approved it and gave them all that land, because they did the same thing that Stan Kroenke did with the LA what is the racehorse track down in Inglewood. He's like, hey, you know what? I'll give you $2 billion for the land. He gave $2 billion to the city of Los Angeles, and they're like, hell yeah, do whatever the hell you want with it. And wait. Do we have to pay for the stadium? No, I'm building SoFi myself. And he spent another $2 billion on that, almost $3 billion. So again, if you build it, they will come as far as a baseball team. And if you pay for it, they will give you whatever the fuck you want. So the point is, the Sam Whaley spent more on the OC vibe, all three phases, than what the Angels are actually worth. So if dipshit would actually sell the team, the Sam Whaleys could fart that money to him. I'm sure that's an app by now. But they could transfer that money to that leather-faced douchebag and send his ass back to Arizona, and they can own OC. And at that point, if they want to rebrand the team, have at it, bro. Because I know one thing, the Sam Whaleys are an ownership that loves the OC, that loves Southern California, and that wants to be loved and respected. And they do stuff in the community, unlike Artie Moreno. Again, you have a Hispanic owner who should be bigger and better, and he should be respected in the Hispanic community. I'm not even talking about the rest of us. Not about me, none of that kind of stuff. Just the fact that he's made it, he should have been just well respected. He should have played off of that. He should have gotten the Hispanic fans to ditch the Dodgers shit, the ones that were, and he should have gave back to the community. He should have done things for the underprivileged school districts, whether it's white, black, Hispanic, or whatever. But he could have worked in a good Hispanic area of Santa Ana. He could have been something. He could have stood for something. And he didn't. He didn't give a fuck about anybody. And he didn't care about race or color. You know what he cared about? Green. As long as he was making green, he don't care who comes to the stadium. He don't care when you come to the stadium. Just come to the stadium. And if you're going to come, he doesn't care what you're watching. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about winning. And as soon as all of us got tired of that, and as soon as everyone decided to say, you know what, fuck this team. He's like, oh, we need more things to get the fans here. We need puppets. We need Star Wars. We need everything, bobbleheads. We need Mike Trout bobbleheads every week. I mean, if he really cared about winning, he would have got comparable managers. He would have stayed out of baseball operations. He would have got people to run the team that know what they're fucking doing. He would have gotten general managers who have been in the game for a while, who could turn players, from trades, make things better. He would have put the right people in place and not meddle. And this team would have been so much better. It would have been so much better. We would have had something to cheer for. We would have had something to respect. But damn, this is a long ass rant. And I just had to come on here because I'm tired of it. I mean, I love you all. I love the fact that we've built a community. I love the fact that we talked as a team to become more try to be more positive without losing our edge, try to still stay to what the fans love about us, and being straightforward, being firm, being truth tellers, not propaganda prime ministers. Like we wanted to be, find a healthy balance, but still be ourselves, if that makes sense. But when nights like this happen, I can't contain myself. Because it's, case in point, one of my friends, love the guy, right? But he calls the Dodgers America's team. And it's just like with every Dodger fan, there's that arrogance. So it's not just the fact that we're just getting beaten down by our own organization, which we want to give money to, we want to support, we want to follow, we want to cheer. Because a lot of us, like me and you, are third generation fans, fourth generation fans. Our families sometimes plan get-togethers around the Angels, or we have great memories as a family. We remember lost loved ones who rooted for the Angels, or it would be great to see them win a World Series. There's an emotional attachment to a fandom. I don't care what city you're from or whatever, but there is an emotional tie to a specific team, and especially with the Angels. It's like, oh my God, like Roger always likes to say, oh, I rode my bike down the stadium, blah, 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 blah. Those are his memories. Those, and I have memories like that. One of the first girls I kissed was at Angel Stadium. We all have these crazy memories, or we have memories with our dads or our brothers or sisters, whatever. It's great. That's what brings us all together. That's why we can get to the stands, and I can, have no love for a person on the outside because of whatever race they are or whatever religion they follow or whatever politician they follow. We could just be at odds, right? But you put on the Angel gear, you're sitting right next to me. I don't know who the hell you're into, and I don't care at that point because we're cheering a home run or we're cheering a strikeout to win the game. And it just brings everybody together. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be good. And I know every franchise can't be a winner every year unless you're the Dodgers buying a World Series every year. But you're not supposed to have fun every year. You're supposed to go ebb and flow. You're supposed to have a 3 or 4 year cycle where you're good. And then all of a sudden you're like the Orioles last year and you fall on your ass, or you put together a few losing seasons, but all of a sudden, here we go. We're back in it. We've got young talent. It's exciting again. But the thing is, if you always stay with the team because at the end of the day, you're going to get to the light at the end of the tunnel. You're going to be able to see this team win again. You're going to be able to celebrate with your friends and family again. You're going to be able to say, hey, man, you know what? We're going to pay a few extra dollars this year because the team's really good. I want to have fun on a Friday night. I want to have fun on a Saturday night. I want to tailgate because you can do that at Anaheim Stadium. I want to try their new food. I want to do the Disney to OC vibe to the Angel Stadium connection when it's finally done. Stuff like that, right? But you can't do that when the team is just it depresses you more than you actually. Screw the Angels fight on. It says Todd was at your sister on the kiss cam. Whatever. We're not in Kentucky. Anyway, all I'm saying is it's just you have all these memories that you can be having. You can be having fun. You can be enjoying yourself. And again, when this team was bad in the 90s, I'll just go back on this real quick. I still had fun at Angel Stadium. I knew they were a team that was 4th, 5th, 6th. I forget how many teams were in the division at the time. And they had a snowball's chance to make the playoffs. But they fought. They had good hitting. There wasn't this overbearing analytics bullshit where we strike out 1,600 times a year. Like, it was actually fun. And you had a good community. But I think the community is so divided now because you have your Halo honks that the grass is always greener, and then there's the realists like us. They're like, come on, man, stop spending money on the team. Like, we got to get something together. Maybe we can organize some sort of freaking, rally at the stadium. I mean, look what the Halo boys did last year. That was impressive. That got my ass out there wearing white in my Halo honk outfit. Only clown in the whole bunch. But it got me out there because they were doing something different. The fans, that was organic. It was beautiful to take up the entire right field pavilion. It was a throwback. It made a shitty team fun. So we need more of that. We need that type of love. We need that kind of like push because that was fun last year. And I hope that returns this year. But again, will that be the highlight? Because how are we supposed to enjoy a team that's not even trying, dude? Like, they're literally not trying for me and you. Some players you can look at and say, yeah, they are trying. They are trying. Your Zach Nettos. But how long before Zach Neto says, I've had enough of this? Mike Trout's Mr. Loyal, took the big fat contract. He's here. He ain't going nowhere. He's not even demanding a trade. Doesn't want to win. Doesn't want to win. But I will tell you the difference between Zach Neto and Mike Trout. Neto wants to win. Neto will not keep on this team. And there could be a reason why he's not gotten an extension, a long-term one. It's because he wants to fucking win. And I don't blame him. When you have no clue when this team's going to be good again, it's hard to stick with it. And as fans, again, like I said before, it's going to be hard to stay it's going to be hard to stay loyal to this team. And I'm not saying I'm going nowhere, but I'm telling you, it's going to test your casuals for sure. You know, there's some of you and like me, like I rep all my gear. I'm not going nowhere. But man, are they pushing it, dude. I mean, they are pushing it. It's tough to be an Angels fan. It's tough to rep the team. It's I mean, it's tough to be and see Mario says could this be the next Oakland? I don't see it because Oakland fought for like 15 years to move. And they did everything they could to move. So I don't think it's going to be that at all. I think the Angels are going to cost too much. I think you'll see Nashville get a franchise after the strike or after the CBA, and you'll probably see another team get a franchise, whether it's Orlando, because I think Orlando's really pushing too. So you're going to see some teams get some teams, but it won't be the Angels. They can't move the Angels. But see Prince right there. He says I still rep the Halos. I do too. I mean, it's just man. Oh boy. Again, a lot of contact hitters with 220. Diddley Dane says 400 plate appearances, batted 220, but he did bat 292 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I don't remember which, but uh, just listen. All I'm going to say is this: I appreciate everyone coming on. Baseball is still a couple months away, but if you don't see any signings, um, within the next, I guess before pitchers and catchers report, this is who we're going to the to the this is who we're going to spring training with and we're breaking camp with. Mm, I don't see it, man. I don't see any way this team is better than fifth place. And they've already finished last twice. So I'm still just gonna say this before I get out of here, and I appreciate everyone being on as we are in the middle of football season. And to all you Niner fans out there, go Hawks. We're gonna beat your ass this Saturday. We have to. I need something to cheer for, god damn it. It's been a long ass time. My freaking Angels, your freaking Angels. I want to be happy about baseball season. I just don't want it to be like the Cincinnati Reds I brought up earlier, where we sell out the first game and we're back down to 18,000. Under 90 wins, that's achievable, right? That's damn achievable, Rocha. We're getting like 63. Sign Suarez at third base. Bro, we have no third. Yeah, we still don't have a third baseman. We still don't have a third baseman. My boy is Sam Darnold's good, man. Don't worry about it. World Baseball Classic. I thought I thought you were better than Hawks. Oh man, yeah. I want to erase that Super Bowl from a couple years ago. That's what I want to do. I want to get rid of the distaste from 2014. I need another win to get rid of that one. But anyway, everybody, I meant losses. Love you guys. Thank you for coming back on, and we'll see what happens. Don't hold your breath on Mancada. I would love to see him back. He's a good player. Even right now, Renifo would be an addition, even though that guy can't stay healthy. Dugout Talk loves Mancada. So that's what we're trying to get rid of. Diddley Dane should have ran the ball. I don't want to ever hear that again. I want to get a Super Bowl and just say, "Ha, I don't remember that year." So there you go. Kikuchi going to opt out and say he didn't speak English. He spoke to the wrong LA team. He already uses an interpreter when he talks perfect English. I love when the players do that. All right, everybody, have a good rest of your night. Angels post games and all the nonsense that we do on this channel is going to get even bigger and better. So look out for that. At least we're going to be pulling our part and pulling our weight for you because we're by the fans and we're for the fans. So everybody enjoy the rest of your night. Go Hawks.